Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our joint collaboration and webinar. Together with us here is Johannes, Kepler University at Linz, Austria. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from different time zones here. And I would like to welcome all the participants here from around the world, over 44 countries here, and also over 2,000 people join us here. And yes, my name is Orawan Sibunryang, the Knowledge Management Manager from SEAMEO SEAMEO. It's my honor to be here as an MC at Linz, Austria here. And yes, I would like to please welcome and join us to welcome our director, Dr. Grisachai Somsaman, to deliver the welcome remark. Dr. Grisachai, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Owen, and good afternoon to our participants in Johannes Kepler University in Linz, Austria. And also good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all participants who are joining us online from all around the world. From the registration record, we have more than 2,000 participants and from more than 44 countries around the world. So this is very honor. It's very special events that SEAMEO then it's coming to Austria to conduct seminar and also webinar to broadcast live to all the countries in Southeast Asia and SEAMEO member countries and all around the world via YouTube and via Facebook. We have started a collaboration with Johannes Kepler University. We have set aside MOU with Johannes Kepler University, which we will have more collaboration. And the webinar today, it's the start of our good collaborations to strengthen STEM education. We have learned a lot from our visit to Johannes Kepler University this time. And thank you for Professor Salt for allowing us to visit the university and welcome us with all the activities, which very informative to us to learn about what happened in STEM education, research, and also teaching in the European society. And we have learned a lot from our visit in this week. We have also learned about the publication lab, the opportunity to look at the new approach of education from the adjacent university. The new university is called the Interdisciplinary Transformative University, which start around 1.5 years. The very innovative style of education, very amazing equipment. It's a new public university, which we will do more collaboration in addition of that, our collaboration with Johannes Kepler University. And today we have a very wonderful and very great speakers to join us in our webinar today. And I think, I'll let Professor Sol introduce our speakers today, and also you can also explain to our audience of your research, your work at Johannes Kepler University. Let's welcome Professor Sol, please.
Thank you so much. So, can I share my slides?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So, great. So, we are very happy that both of you are here, and then we are very happy to collaborate with SEAMEO. And I have a long collaboration with SEAMEO in the past. I was in Bangkok several times. We organized GeoGebra conferences, and hopefully this collaboration will be reinvigorated. So this week we had lots of opportunities to collaborate. And we would like to share our research of our research group. So we have lots of postdoctoral researchers, professors, and also PhD students here. And also there is an opportunity for many of you to be able to join. We have lots of students from Indonesia, from the Philippines, and then hopefully later from Thailand, Malaysia, and the Philippines as well. So I think you will hear lots of interesting research, but also with our colleagues from Thailand, there will be an opportunity to share our work, and then also we are planning to have meetings in Southeast Asia together with the SEAMEO centers in the end of the year, and then we are planning to have this kind of collaboration for a long time to continue. So before we will start with the speakers, I would like to give you an introduction of our facilities and our research work here at JKU. So I prepared an overview of the work at JKU and then also the related organizations here. So first, I would like to show you our Linz School of Education, which is trying to organize research on STEAM education from Austria, but also from all over the world. So we have a doctoral program. We have more than 40 PhD students, and then also lots of visitors from all over the world. So if you are interested in collaborating with us, then we are very happy to host you. And we have lots of visitors here from many countries now. And then also we are organizing conferences. I will show you 2 conferences later where you could participate as well. And then also we are trying to advance research training all over the world. And we are very lucky because we have numerous collaborators within the university. So in here, we have not only STEM education, but we work with the mathematics education, physics education, and computer science education departments. So we have lots of opportunities to collaborate. But most importantly, we are very lucky to work together with GeoGebra. So Professor Markus Vollmatter, who is the inventor of GeoGebra, is the head of our department. And I think many of you know GeoGebra in Southeast Asia. And then we are planning to have some GeoGebra training with my PhD student. We already planned some activities. So probably you know that GeoGebra is not only a mathematical software, but it's also used in many subjects. And also GeoGebra is used all over the world. So there are more than 100 million students using GeoGebra in many countries. And then also it's used from primary school to university. And it's used for many different purposes. But what is very important that this is a community effort. So there are millions of materials available all around the world, or billions on the GeoGebra platform, and then people from all around the world contributing this. So we have a network of GeoGebra institutes and then lots of GeoGebra ambassadors from many countries, and many of the users are from Southeast Asia. So we are very happy to collaborate with you. Yesterday, we visited a new university here, which is Interdisciplinary Transformation University. It's just around 200 meters from us. And then we heard lots of interesting work about AI in education. But we are trying to work together to advance learning and transformation and interdisciplinary transformation in education. So we have just announced 6 PhD studentships. I will share with our colleagues, and then maybe you are interested in applying for a PhD with our joint PhD program with the Interdisciplinary Transformation University. And then also tomorrow, we will have a tour to the Ars Electronica Center, which is one of the most famous technology, arts, and society institutes. It's like a science museum, but it goes beyond the activity. So we have lots of connections with the Ars Electronica Center. And then also every year there is the Ars Electronica Festival, which hosts more than 100,000 people here from all over the world. So we have the opportunity to develop develop these activities. And you can see that there are lots of this kind of home technology is connected to humans. So maybe if you are interested in doing research, then you can. And then also Linz is a city with it's called a media city or UNESCO media city. So we we have a good connection with the Tabak Fabric, which is a big makerspace, and also innovation center for startups. My colleague Phyllis will talk about our startup activities, and then also we have some very important educational technology startups. We also work with the Circus of Knowledge, which just next to us. We will have a visit there as well. So it's for science popularization to see that how the universities can contribute to the society and then also to schools within this kind of popularization. So there is lots of activities which connecting technology and humans, and then we are trying to do in this research with these activities as well. We also have lots of projects. So our activities are moved around projects. So now we have more than 25 projects with the European Union, but we are trying to expand to other continents as well. So hopefully we will have some joint projects with Indonesia and Thailand and so on. And we have funding, but also we are always looking for good partners to work together. We have a project called Transit, which is a very important project to connect technology and also with the school system and also with the universities. And we are working together with the University College London, with Amsterdam, Torino, and also Greece to see that whole technology can be integrated into society. And we have a very important program which is called EdTech Talents, which is trying to connect society, academia, and then also technology. So Phyllis will talk about our project. We have many partners from all over Austria, and then also we have some education technology examples beyond GeoGebra. Every year we have more than 100 visitors, so we try to be as a hub to connect these kind of activities. And also we started a summer school in Latin America, which we have every February, and now we are extending it to the Southeast Asia. So we will have a summer school hopefully in December in Manila, but maybe in Indonesia and in Thailand, and then that will be a possibility. Also, we have lots of publications. So if you would like to read our publications, you can find many of these papers. I will send the link to our colleagues, and then you will be able to receive these activities. So yesterday we had a workshop in our STEAM Education Research Lab. So then this is an innovation lab to see that all new technologies are integrated into education. So we are doing lots of experiments and workshops with teachers and professors all over Austria, but also beyond Austria. We have our colleagues here from Peru, and then also we plan to have a collaboration with this STEAM lab. So we are doing lots of things with 3D printing and augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics, and then also with any kind of new technology which is emerging. So we are developing this network of maker spaces and different labs. But it's also a research facility. So we have an opportunity to conduct research in this lab. So we are working with my colleague Christoph in the PISA Center in Finland. So we are trying to see that how we can use the research facilities. So we have cameras and microphones, eye tracking, and all of these activities in this research center, and then maybe then that will be also a possibility to connect with our colleagues. So we are doing lots of work in this area. So we are looking at how to connect science and arts, and then also making. So then to have this kind of making cultures. And then we have lots of universities working together. So, for example, the EduSpace in Tallinn, we have good connections in Israel, in Portugal, and now we are expanding in Latin America. And then we have a good connection in Norway. But also we are trying to innovate on 3D printing. So we have been working with many 3D printing companies, but what we see that many of them, the 3D printers are for prototyping in companies. So what we try to do with Prusa research is to create printers for schools, and then also to have the printers working on this. And then one of the advantage that the Prusa is printing their printers with the other printers. So in that case, if a school has printers, they can print some of them, the spare materials for their printers. So then that is a big advantage. And then also yesterday, our colleagues had an opportunity to look at the different labs at Interdisciplinary Transformation University. So I think there will be a report about this, that what happened. So we have data science lab, maker labs, and also motion capture. So you can use the different motions for this. And then also through the EdTech Talents project, we have connections with many different labs and maker spaces to work together. So we also organize conferences. So we have opportunity to have these conferences together with Beijing Normal University, Open University of the Philippines, and then also ITU and then University of California. So it will be in June, but we will extend the deadline. So if you are interested in submitting a proposal, then you are very welcome. It's a hybrid conference, so you can be here and then also you can be online. And then we have a conference which is more than 20 years old. So this is the Digital Tools in Mathematics Education conference, which will be in Luxembourg in September. So you are very welcome to do this. You will receive then the information about this as well. But very importantly, we have a lot of students from Indonesia, but there is a scholarship opportunity for students and then also postdocs from Southeast Asia. So then there is a possibility to apply here to do a PhD or do some postdoc research. So I really encourage you to visit us and then spend some time in Linz and then maybe do the PhD. So then this is an overview of our facilities and our work. There are lots of research, but my colleagues will talk about the research. And you are very welcome to visit us. It's very good that we started this collaboration, but I think we will continue it for a long term. And if you have questions, you can contact me or you can contact our colleagues as well, and then we will send all the information to you. So thank you very much again for this opportunity, and then hopefully you will learn a lot from this possibility to collaborate on STEM and STEAM education.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Stolt Lauwixa, Professor in STEAM Education Research Method from Johannes Kepler University, for your opening remark, and also give us the European perspective on the postdoc or the scholarship for Southeast Asia, or either way from other Latin America or other lab, STEAM or STEM lab or data science lab or 3D printing. Yes, this is very worldwide perspective to have this. And yes, do we have a question for Professor Dr. Salt here? We still have some time. Yes. Yes, of course. Yes, we have two questions, one from Thailand and one from the Philippines, from the YouTube channel here. How can Southeast Asian educators effectively integrate interdisciplinary STEAM education while considering resource constraint in developing country? Professor Salt.
Yeah, so it's so now in our education system, the system is divided to mathematics and physics and in different subjects. So what we are trying to do, that technology and arts gives the opportunity to collaborate with different subjects, but many times it's very difficult to do. So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to train teachers who can collaborate with each other, and then if they can develop some kind of interesting and fruitful collaboration with each other, maybe they're just doing it once in a term, maybe they do it twice in a term. So we need to start from small, and then when it's becoming more successful, I think then we can expand to this different directions as well.
Nice.
So I think then that is a possibility, and then I think Christoph will talk more about how to do this integration and giving some examples, and then we will have lots of opportunities to share this.
I see. Okay, let's move to next question. What are some best practices for bridging the gap between academic research in STEAM and real-world classroom application in Southeast Asia? We focus on Southeast Asia.
So I think there is no best practices, because what we need to do is then that we should we should show the opportunities that then there is possible to integrate technology. There is a possibility to integrate arts into education, and then do this kind of STEAM education. And one that we can do that using the research to try it in the classroom, and then grow from then that direction. So one that we try to encourage to expand research, and then we do the collaboration, and then later probably it will become part of the policy, and then part of the opportunities in the classrooms.
Thank you, Professor Solflavik, for the answer. And also, yes, as you mentioned earlier, if you still have the question or inquiry from our YouTube channel, and yes, please send to us, and also you can send directly to him, and we can also keep you communication with him directly to answer your inquiry. And if you're interested to the scholarship, yes, also the Johannes Kepler University also I think have some kind of the opportunity. And the team will share the email address. Yes, also Dr. Saw also share the email on that channel, and the team from SEAMEO will also share the email address through the YouTube channel. And yes, for someone who just joined us, the joint collaboration and webinar on the STEAM in the digital age, innovations in STEAM education and technology integration, I would like to welcome you all here to the next session. We have here with me 4 speakers from various field and various organizations. Yes, and I would like to have the short introduction here. The first speaker will be started by Dr. Bransko and Dix, the Center for University Didactics and AI Competent Teaching in Higher Education. And the next one will be Dr. Ila Maria Infranco, the founder and managing director from the Math Arena. And then third one will be the EdTech talent, Dr. Felix Mumju, the expert in computer science education. And then we will have the fourth one from Finland, the experience workshop and the STEAM from Dr. Christoph Fenervesi, yes, the senior researcher in STEAM Finnish Institute for Education Research University from Finland. And yes, of course, I would like to start this panel discussion and presentation with the first speaker with me here. Yes, AI in Higher Education, Dr. Bransko and Dix, the Center for University Didactic. And in higher education from Johannes Kepler University from Linz, Austria, with me here.
Can I?
Yeah, please.
Thank you very much for invitation. I'm sorry that I joined a little bit late. I had
one lecture before and I have another one immediately after. So that was the reason that I didn't have a wish to join. I will share our experience, how we are adapting artificial intelligence and pedagogies that are following this technology in higher education at Johannes Kepler University. I hope it will work. My presentation. Yeah, sorry, I used one software Python and I hope that my internet connection is strong enough to read it. Let's hope. So, yeah, it is. So I divided this presentation into two parts. First, I'm talking about possibilities that artificial intelligence is offering, then challenges this technology is offering in higher education, and something what we learned at the basis of practice and at the basis of scientific publication in this field. Artificial intelligence in higher education could be used as a learning support, to developing learning resources, to providing students feedback, and also to assess students' knowledge and students' expertise that they learn. Artificial intelligence as learning support is
the beamer is not doesn't work. You can go in the other room.
yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Artificial intelligence is offering opportunity to personalize learning more than any other technologies. It's also allowing people to develop themselves according to their personal growth. It improve inclusiveness in education, and also accessibility in learning, since learning with artificial intelligence, it's not depend from time or space in which we are. There is a lot of artificial intelligence tools that can support learning. For example, ChatGPT, which is really a famous one, but also for mathematical field, there is Photomath that can lead students and that can support students in learning process step by step. However, what is really interesting in this, when we are using or artificial intelligence in teaching, is that they are usually offering one overview, but they are not specific to some really narrow knowledge in field. So, for example, only if we develop artificial intelligence learning and teaching tools for specific purposes, it could fulfill all these requirements. So here is one chatbot which we developed at Kepler just for purpose of this presentation. For example, if we read the chatbot, we can see they ask how it can help, and I can, for example, ask which information you can provide. And then the chatbot can answer what are the data. So he's saying that he can provide the information about the best scientists in the world. And if we ask who is the best, scientist in the world, he will read our data set, and he will, or he or she, I want to be inclusive, can give the answer, and he says the Joel is the best. Since artificial intelligence knows everything, we must agree this time, but actually this shows how we can personalize chatbots, but also it shows how chatbots could be biased. We can develop such similar chatbots or artificial intelligence tools that are personalized for specific students need by training them with specific data sets that are applicable for all teaching and learning subject or all students grow. But this also shows how all chatbots, starting from ChatGPT, being and so on, could be biased and could be controlled by data sets that are provided to those chatbots. It's really simple to create. Actually, we can create chatbots that are really complicated, but here I'm showing that we can, like, each and every of us can create specific chatbot in 15 minutes and train that chatbot with the data that we are using and integrate it in some other learning platforms that, for example, with Moodle and so on. For example, here we can use website, documents, tables, and text to train in this specific. Here is demonstrated what we need to provide to one chatbot that it can provide answer to our students. We can then integrate it and personalize our teaching and learning process more precisely. We used, for example, BotPress in this example, but there is a lot of other platforms that can offer similar support. Something also very important what artificial intelligence is offering, and we are giving the workshops to our colleagues at Johannes Kepler University, is multiple representation of learning and teaching content. Artificial intelligence can offer really fast and effective way to transfer text to audio file and audio file in video file. So we can have the same learning content in 3 different media, and multiple representation of media can contribute to students' knowledge, motivation, and expertise. So, for example, in this specific example, sorry, the example is in German, but that was for my for training that I prepare for teachers. I use definition of history, then I use a simple artificial intelligence tool to develop a really in really fast manner one video that represented and clarify the definition, and then I integrate it in my Moodle course. And this is how this tool that use ChatGPT in background work. So it always asks us which specific video do we want, how long it should last. Then it offers to us transcript to this video that if we are satisfied, we are just proceeding further. If we are not satisfied, we can improve it. And at the end, it offers really high quality video, which we can see here. Oops. Sorry, again. Oops. Okay. Sorry. Which I made in German language, but I think then message could be seen. So if we clarify the definition with a video and audio file in background, the students are receiving it much more better than if it's only pure text. There is in scientific literature several recommendations which we should follow when we are using artificial intelligence to develop learning and teaching tools. First, what we should do is check the content quality. Is everything what is produced by artificial intelligence correct? Then we should ensure the pedagogy's principles are followed. That means that something which is easy to understand is clarified first, then more complex things further. Also, we should be aware that each and every specific learning and teaching subject is having their own pedagogies and didactics in background. So there is no general recommendation. For example, in language studies, it's not recommended to use artificial intelligence tools to fix grammar or mistakes in writing. However, it's totally okay if it's in science education. From another part, from a computer science point of view, almost each and every application of artificial intelligence technology is allowed and considered as ethical until the product works. So, for example, we had one discussion at Kepler when we developed a recommendation for using AI in teaching and learning. And for example, for computer sciences, everything was allowed until they can develop digital product that works. If the task of students is to develop applications, it's not important for professor is the code developed by ChatGPT or from students personally until that task is executed and the application works properly. From another side, the text production in science is not something what is desirable in the classroom. Of course, we should always check, is the content that is produced by artificial intelligence tools adapted to specific age and cognitive development of our students. And what is really important, we should always mark and quote artificial intelligence projects properly. There is a lot of way how we can do it. And of course, before we use it in the classroom, we should always test how all teaching and learning material works. One way how we can test or mark artificial intelligence produced material is including information in metadata. For example, if it's one PDF document, we should always clarify the artificial intelligence tools, for example, ChatGPT or any other tool is one of co-author of those materials, since it's really important that learners, but also all colleagues are informed about this. And this is how actually it works here, close to the author name in this in these documents, which should always indicate which tool, and then below describe how it was used. There is also a lot of other tools, other approaches, but this is one most commonly used. We also use different AI tools for providing feedback to the students, like Socratic, Magic Form, and so on. But actually, what we learn, the students are carrying from literature, but also from all practice, that there is something more even powerful in what artificial intelligence is offering to higher education, is transforming one type of feedback to another. So, for example, there is a research that examined how students are perceiving different type of feedback. So, when it's in the written form, the students are really less motivated to read it and also accept suggestion in that feedback. However, if we transfer it in audio file that students can listen feedback and hear it, then it's better accepted. Artificial intelligence is offering that we can transfer written feedback in audio file really simple, and also the best impact of feedback would have if it's in the video form, especially if all avatar is having the face of students. So that's something also what we are using different tools to develop different feedbacks, and then we are exploring how students are accepting those or reacting on those feedbacks. Also, there are tools that we can use to for evaluation of the students, and for example, ChatGPT can develop tests, and Gradescope can even execute all evaluation process. But what is known, that if we arrange it in Bloom taxonomy, artificial intelligence is really good in developing and evaluating tasks that are in lower cognitive level, like remembering and understanding. They can somehow perform or bear with the tasks that are in Bloom taxonomy level of applying and analyzing, and they are really bad if we are asking from them to evaluate or create a test in a higher complex cognitive levels, such evaluate or create. Yeah, there is a lot of examples that artificial intelligence is used in the wrong way. So this is an example for one really good journal. And can someone see the mistakes? Okay, now it's clear that there is 6 fingers and also 3 bones here, and that is one of the reasons why this article was withdrawn from the journal, is because it wasn't indicated properly and it wasn't specified that artificial intelligence tools was used. Also, if we are not open with and honest, if we are not marking the content that is developed by artificial intelligence, then it could lead to social injustice and exclusions. So, for example, almost all data that artificial intelligence is trained are coming from countries that are named North countries. That means rich countries, let's say. time, and then answers and outputs are adapted to those countries, and that means that their countries can use it more properly than poor countries. So it could lead to one a really huge explosion. The rich countries are getting more and more richer, poor countries are getting more and more poor. We are also examining what affects students' willingness to mark and quote artificial intelligence tools properly. Oops. Yeah, now it's okay. What is really important that we always inform our students that all artificial intelligence tools are biased. Those biased are not coming from artificial intelligence tools, but from data that those tools are used for training it. So, for example, two of really huge studies are showing that there is discriminational aspect regarding the women's African people and also homosexual people in all large language models, but specifically for the women. So if we ask, for example, almost all large language model to draw one cleaning person, that will be always woman. If we ask them to create a photo of one doctor or engineer, it will be most likely man. So that's really biased. But those, and also in this paper, which was published some months ago in Nature, they examine will training the chatbot with more data affect the bias is lower, but actually no, because the data are coming from us. So we as society are biased. However, we should always inform our students about those bias in aim to narrow down this biased in answer. Something really important, we should always inform our students about personal effect that artificial intelligence can have on the students. There is deepfake learning and lazy cognition. This deepfake learning is new phenomena that describes wrong perception of students when they use artificial intelligence to execute a task, but they are developing opinion that they executed this task because of their knowledge and expertise, but actually the task was done by artificial intelligence tools. Lazy cognition is something else that could potentially develop the strong dependence from students on artificial intelligence tools. So the students are less and less producing outputs from alone independently, and more, or almost all tasks are done by artificial intelligence tools. There is huge artificial intelligence tools are really expensive, not in the sense that we are paying monthly to get access to it, but also it spends a lot of energy. So, for example, just ChatGPT is spending on a daily basis an energy that is equal to 33,000 houses, but also they are spending fresh water to cool down their system. So I think that each and every students and as well learners should be informed about this. And this would be only reached by developing artificial intelligence literacy. And that means that students should understand how AI tools work, that they can critically evaluate outputs from artificial intelligence, that they are aware that everything that is produced by artificial intelligence tools and artificial intelligence is grounded in the data. So there is really rarely creativity in it, and they should be always aware that everything that is produced by artificial intelligence or that we refine with artificial intelligence, we should always mark as it, since in that way we are open, and we are also minimalizing this justice in society, and also we are staying ethical. This here in Kepler University, we are developing a lot of practical workshop about each and every phase in this. We are trying different tools and developing teaching and learning materials mostly dedicated to higher education. And also this phase, we are also exploring how artificial intelligence tools could be used for development of open educational resources, and how those resources would be adapted and further used by different universities and different educational institutions. Thank you very much. That was my part. I'm here for questions, answers.
Yes, thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Dr. Bransko. Yes, for the AI in higher education. Yes, of course. I think we have some question from the YouTube and the audience for the Q&A session, and we still have time. Yes. Wow, 4 questions. The first one from Philippines, the second from Algeria, and next Thailand and also Cambodia. Which one you would like to go first? Very interesting, huh?
You can maybe Algeria, since it's in A. So
Right.
let's go alphabetically.
Okay. Yes, from the Algeria, what strategy that can university adopt to ensure AI-based education is inclusive and accessible to all learners?
Strategies for at university level, it's really hard to develop. I was part of working group that developed strategies from Kepler University, and it's extremely hard to develop a general strategy which would be equally implemented in medicine, law, biology, and mathematics. Most likely, it always comes to teachers, to lecturers, to professors at university level. And what I think the best approach to ensure inclusive and accessible learning is first to be open when we are using it. We should always report that something is developed by it. And also, I think it's really important that we can, what is for inclusive part really important, that we can the same learning and teaching content transferred in different media and share it with all teachers, so that in that way the teachers, the students can use different learning media in different teaching media in learning process, so that can also improve inclusive education, inclusive parts. If, for example, if the students are blind, then it's better if all pictures are described by ChatGPT rather than they are without any description of those pictures. So that is really important part for inclusiveness. Also, what I think that AI is offering, and there is no other tools that can offer it, that it could be really specifically adapted to specific students' needs really easily. So I think that the strategy for university cannot be one for all, but teachers can use different media to be more inclusive in their teaching and their teaching practice.
Okay, yes, so we still have a minute, I think, from Cambodia, please.
Okay.
What are the most practical steps for Southeast Asia educators can take to implement AI-driven the innovation in their classrooms?
First, for my point of view, the most important thing is the learners are familiar with different tools that they can exploit by themselves, then develop learning and teaching material, start using it in a small scale, like one classroom, then improve it, and then use it further. What I'm considering as extremely important in ethical usability of artificial intelligence tools is that learners should always check everything what is developed by artificial intelligence. Those data could be totally right, but equally 50% of the chance the data that artificial intelligence is produced could be totally wrong. As we demonstrated, if we train a data with the chatbot with the right data or AI tool with the right data, we will get the right answer, but we don't know if we are using Bing which data is for specific answers. So from my perspective is, first teacher should be familiar with it and gain AI literacy, then they can use it in the classroom, but always check and always be open about usability.
Thank you so much. Yes, and of course, if you would like to ask the question or inquiry, you can also directly contact to Dr. Bransko and this for his email.
Yes,
we will share. Yes.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, thank you. And yes, move from the AI in higher education, we go to the mathematic application that we call Math Arena, the innovative learning application. Yes, and with me here, the speaker, Dr. Eva Maria Infranco, the founder and the managing director from the Math Arena. Yes, Eva. Yes, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for the very honoring invitation to tell you about our project, our idea, and all the surrounding challenges and issues. So I'm just sharing my screen.
I'm sorry. Until you share the screen, I'm really sorry that I cannot stay until the end, but my teaching starts in 5 minutes.
Okay.
I just have enough time to go down and find the room. I'm really sorry. Yes, I will share it as PDF since this was PowerPoint and it's not PowerPoint. Is it okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you. And yes, move back to Dr. Eva.
Yes, sorry for the interruption. Math Arena just started as a small project founded by a partner of mine, Gerald, and me. We are both math teachers interested in psychology, learning psychology, and technology. And we try to provide our students with more conceptual feedback and knowledge in mathematics. We found out, yes, they are following in our lessons, but they want to do more outside the classroom, but not with Moodle, the only platform back then means 2013, but more like with the new smartphones or tablets. So they enjoyed a lot to play Fruit Slice or Angry Birds or Candy Crush Saga. But there is nothing for mathematics, especially higher level mathematics. So arithmetic, for example, calculations, yes, but nothing about conceptual mathematics. We know why, because it's really a challenge to bring formulas into mobile computing. Everyone who has tried this knows the problem. Right now we have nice solutions, but the whole community, global community, worked on it, that it's working properly right now. So as you're asking for linking possibilities, you find a QR code for connecting with in LinkedIn. I would be happy if you're connecting with me, but also the Math Arena site. So there you can see what we're doing, not just regarding our project or product, but also all our other community building engagements and research projects. So in short, the challenges we wanted to address are the frustration of our students, especially in COVID pandemic, of course, but even before that. Then in Austria, we have the situation that a lot of students need private tutoring, and we found it a challenge or an obstacle because of equity in education, because just rich parents can provide their kids with those tutoring or with good tutoring. So we were looking for a solution with easy access and especially low cost or even without any cost. And then I think that's a challenge the whole globe is encountering. We need competent technicians for all those digital solutions, for example, AI. So grab this idea of AI. What does probability mean, really? To get this idea of LLMs, we need kids and students understanding what probability is. And that's just working if they get this conceptual message behind it. Not the calculations, not the procedures, or not just. We need them, but we also need the conceptual trainings. Those three challenges we wanted to address in a playful way, in a way where you have math in your pocket. So that's my slogan I'm presenting to teachers and students. So you have math with you everywhere, and you can solve it. You are able to do it. Why am I so sure they are able? I think we all know this idea. Everyone can learn math, but everyone needs another tempo for it, another amount of time to grab a concept. So we were developing an adaptive algorithm that's adjusting and tailoring to the students. I think that's not a new idea anymore, but still for teachers and students, not really a common daily experience to have a digital solution helping you in that regard. At least in Austria, we have lots of websites, but they are very linear in their learning path and not dynamic. And so right now we are working with teachers, but also publishers and researchers to make visualizations and to help teachers to grab the concept of adaptivity. Because just when they can trust those technologies, they will use them. And then I hear as an EdTech lots of complaining from other competitors or other EdTechs sharing this experience that teachers don't want to use digital media. And then they're saying teachers are backwards and they don't want to learn. No, that's not true. Not in our experience. But the digital solutions aren't that ripe. They are not ready yet to be implemented in lessons because they are more time consuming than bringing for learning outcome. So those are the challenges we want to address. So the trends we are hopping on with Math Arena are this micro-learning idea, then this adaptivity and lots of AI-based processes, of course, not just for the chatbot in front, but also for developing our product for translations, really. So Math Arena is available in languages like German, of course, English, but we are very happy to translate to Turkey, thanks to Dr. Filiz Muncu, and also translating to Indonesian language, for example. And not really just translating, but transpositioning, because we all know culture and local surroundings are very important for learning outcomes. Then the question is, why not just providing an open platform where you can enter like GeoGebra? Yes, that's a nice idea, but then you have teachers who are not digitally able to create such content for their lessons. And another answer is, we are providing or beta testing right now a dueling version where students can duel each other from different countries. So, for example, I can match against a Turkish student on the right level, and therefore we need some content, some core content which is comparable. So the innovation in technology I already said, but another part, USP, somewhat from other EdTechs, lots of EdTechs, is this learner-oriented focus. So we are not focusing on teachers, but on learners and their needs. So it's more about like self-diagnosing, about having engagement, motivation. Don't like the word fun, because fun means like low engagement. It's easygoing, but learning isn't easygoing. Learning is a hard process. You have to do something for it. We're more like comparing it to climbing a mountain in different tracks. What we can say, done by research, is we are making learning really more effective and more enjoyable for our students which are using this. So here you can see our two applications. One is Math Arena Junior for K5 to K9, and one Math Arena Classic for advanced mathematics until K12 and preparing for final exams. Why the split is also an often called question. People are evolving and developing, and they have different needs for user interfaces and user journeys and gamification elements. So we decided for puberty, another one, and then adulthood, a more puristic approach. Here you can see our small but fastly growing team. Development and research is a very important part for us, as you have heard. Then we have content developers doing the content in a very specific way. So we found out it's not so easy to provide guidelines how to develop content useful for out of the pocket, because those are not the normal mathematics tasks out of textbooks, because then you need a pencil, paper, a calculator, GeoGebra, for example, but they should use the brain. They should just think about the concepts. It's sometimes a challenge to provide such questions. And then, of course, marketing, or really more like communication, because I don't know how it's in other countries, but Austrian teachers hate marketing, really. They don't like it because they get so many informations. They like very precise and very deep informations, because they're used to work with informations, not the nice visualizations. So I have lots of complaints like, yeah, okay, and where's the content? I told them about cognitive load theory, about forgot about motivation. Lots of research theories we know about, or Bloom's taxonomy, for example. But it was so nicely visualized by my marketing team that they didn't like it. Yes, so we are trying to adjust in that direction as well. Here, a short roadmap of when we started back 2013, more like a hobby. So for us, it's quite surprise and really an honor to be a small EdTech here in Austria, and now going out in the global world and presenting what we're doing. What we are supported by Austrian, but also European research funding, really, to achieve. So maybe I'm linking to the next presentation as an Austrian startup with innovation and evidence-based approach. We are participating as a partner in the EdTech Talents project. Here, the main goal is to bring people together, to connect them from research, education, technology, and get the knowledge we are finding in university to teachers and then really students. And right now it's a very broad funnel. So we have lots of information, lots of innovation, but it's never prepared like it. The teachers could use it and bring it to students, just in rare cases like GeoGebra. So we see it, it's working, or Khan Academy. Those are really big idols or ideas we could follow. And the question here is, why is it so hard? What makes it so hard? And how can we support educational technologies to support, then again, teachers, students, and of course, lifelong learning. So just because we are focusing on K-12 doesn't mean we are just, but also lifelong learning is an issue here. So I think this will be explained by Phyllis later. I won't tell about it more, but I want to get one detail what we are doing as Math Arena. We are providing researchers, scientists with information which challenges businesses and especially education technology companies encounter. So that academia is more able to prepare the knowledge to be applied in digital solutions. So we are showing our innovation, we are showing our challenges, but also our network that is supporting us, that we are able to do it like we are doing it. And also sharing like personal experience as a founder, what you're struggling with in personality way of sense. In that role, we are receiving those scientists, and we are finding out their very impressive possibilities and solutions out there. And right now, yeah, we are comparing them and preparing frameworks. For example, we already talked about it in a small delegation, how to ensure and increase quality of educational technologies, for example. So thanks a lot for listening and your interest. And now I'm open for questions.
Thank you. Thank you, the Math Arena, Dr. Elwa, the innovative learning application. And yes, I think, I believe so. The interesting is there is the languages for German, English, Turkish, and also Indonesia. This is for the Southeast Asia country, exactly. And I believe we have a question for Dr. Elwa also. Right. Yes, we have the question from Brunei Darussalam. Yes, the one of the country in the Southeast Asia country. And yes, we have from Indonesia also and the Philippines. Yes. Let me go with the first question. Many Southeast Asian students struggle with the mathematics. How can gamification and AI-driven learning platform like Math Arena help improve engagement and performance?
I think some parts I already mentioned. So gamification really is improving motivation, and motivation is the basis for sustainable learning. So the sustainable memorizing of concepts and ideas. So if such learning platforms are developed evidence-based and the quality is ensured, students get various platforms they can choose. So everyone needs different approaches. I think that's why we see so many similar solutions worldwide, but not one is the same like the other one. So there are always differences because we as human beings need it as individuals. I think one particular thing is very important. We shouldn't miss out on the social interaction. So we have this adaptive personalized learning path. They are very important, but in between, we need this interaction, social interaction between peers, so student and student, but also teacher and student, because Hetty is showing us this teacher-student relationship is the most important one to motivate people to learn. Because when we aren't socially interacting, why should I learn anything? Then I can go on my couch and lie there. Yes, nice, but that's not what we as human beings are. So I think if instructional designers and EdTech providers are thinking about this particular thing, they really can help with adaptive system, with this possibility to interact digitally, also this tutoring possibilities like the Khan Academy tutor, for example, we are talking about, or also we have as a chatbot, or lots of publishers are also experimenting with it, is a great opportunity we can use, but we have to be careful about the social interaction part.
Okay, yes. We still have time for the next question. What are the key success factors for implementing EdTech education technology solution in low-income schools, such as Math Arena?
So for our experience, low-income schools mean you need low cost or even no cost tools. But you need money to develop such a tool. So we have NGO approaches, we have crowdsourcing approaches, and our approach, for example, is this being very innovative to find innovations or innovative technologies that we can apply to the educational context. So, for example, this adaptive algorithm is recognized as something innovative that can bring a good outcome to societies, and then they're willing to provide funding for it. Same goes for European Union, and also I want to mention here the collaboration we are working right on for Indonesia. they're willing to share and compare and to collaborate. We are so a friend of mine, Pastita Laxmivati, right now is developing a company which aims to provide teacher workshops and courses to engage teachers with several digital solutions, so the teachers can rely on the quality, because they are doing the quality insurance, or proving that the solutions are sound and really helping the learning outcome. And then they're building validity and reliability, and also give feedback to educational technologies, because just teachers can use it in their surroundings, and then find out which parts are working properly and which are not. One example being offline functionality. That's why we are a smartphone application, because just then it's possible to provide the whole application and make it function without internet connection. In Austria, we have mountains. So yes, so we struggle with reliable internet connection. It's the way.
Yeah, so the offline is an option also.
Yeah.
Yes. And the last question from Indonesia, because Dr. Ewa mentioned the Indonesia country. Yes, how can schools with limited resources effectively integrate AI and emerging technologies into STEAM education?
Oh, that's a good question. I think especially with limited resources is particularly tricky, because resources can mean budget, can mean time resources, can mean content resources. I think the most helpful part is here to save the teachers some time and space, to give them space to creatively engage in AI technologies and test them before providing it to the students, that they have trust and know the limits, and then can engage in this really very important critical exchange. To discuss what students should be careful about, what they should think about, and also discuss, like Branko Andic did before with us, typing in a question, getting the answer, and then critically think about it. And what we can't rely on is that students do it on their own. No, we people don't like to think critically, because again, it's exhausting. You need time and energy for it, and you're not willing to do it until you get the idea why it's so important to do it.
All right, thank you, Dr. Ewa. Yes, and for the one who just joined us here, the STEAM in the digital age, innovation in STEM education and technology integration. This is a hybrid webinar between the Johannes Kepler University and SEAMEO STEM Ed. And let's move to the next speaker. From the math arena to the EdTech talents, here with me, Dr. Phyllis Mulchu, the expert in computer science education. Yes, Dr. Phyllis, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks to the organizing committee for this beautiful organization. So I will talk about how we can bring STEM education into real life, actually. So we are conducting a Horizon project called EdTech Talents, and I will talk about it. So what is the main idea for this project? We know there is a gap between educational technology companies and universities. The main idea of that project is to bring these two main areas together. As Eva Maria mentioned earlier, we are collaborating in that project for Austria, and we are trying to boost cross-sectoral talent circulation and academia business collaboration. So we have 6 countries, 3 developed countries, 3 widening countries. Widening countries are Estonia, Hungary, and Serbia, and we have Germany, Austria, and Spain for developed countries. as you can see, we have EdTech companies in the projects for Austria, Germany, and Spain. For Austria, we are collaborating with Matarena. For Germany, we are collaborating with Blink. And for Spain, we are collaborating with Lourdes. And for each country, we have universities. And these universities have good EdTech or STEAM labs like us. So these developed countries researchers are visiting widening countries with the help of EdTech organizations, like we have EdTech Next in Hungary, or EdTech Estonia, or EdTech Western Balkans. And these organizations are helping us to visit EdTech companies in these countries. So we are basically consulting these EdTech companies to improve their products with the help of our knowledge, because we have good theoretical approach for educational technologies, for teaching and learning process to boost this process. But at the same time, these EdTech companies have good improvements in technology. And there is a gap between EdTech companies and universities, basically for instructional design. And we are actually providing our knowledge, expertise, and research, basically research, and we are trying to improve their products. So we have three main points in that project. We have educational technology ecosystem. So also these widening countries, researchers are visiting developed countries. For example, Matarena are hosting several researchers from that countries, and they are helping them to find out the recent developments in educational technologies. So, for example, Serbian researchers are visiting Austria to learn from here, and they are trying to convey this knowledge to their countries with the help of their service. So we want to reinforce the EdTech innovation ecosystem of Estonia, Hungary, and Serbia, and we want to conduct a long-term knowledge transfer process. So in the project, we are trying to develop knowledge transfer. So we are developing our knowledge services for EdTech companies. You can find out these services via our website. So as I mentioned before, there's a strong interplay between instructional design and educational technologies. Most companies, as we can observe easily during our visit, most companies are focusing on the technological development, but they are missing the main point. We should use these technologies to improve learning and teaching process. If we put these technologies without any instructional point, so we can find out ourselves like in that cartoon, and teachers are looking at the technology and students are saying what's going on there. So we should preach instructional design and educational technology. So as I mentioned before, we are traveling a lot because we have 7 secondment processes in the project, and each researcher from each country are traveling to another one, widening countries to developed one, developed countries, researchers to widening ones, and we are trying to convey knowledge within the countries. As you can see here, we have a quadruple helix approach developed in the project. We are bringing academia, business, policymakers, and civil society together. And during our visits to these countries, and we are also seeing some stakeholders, some representatives from the Ministry of National Education, and also some universities and labs. So we have basically four work packages in the project, and second and third one is really important because second is related to widening secondment. This is about researchers in widening countries, and it includes their travels to developed countries. And the third package is important. This is about our developed countries researchers, how to they should uh, consult the EdTech companies in widening countries. These are some pictures from my last secondment period. I visited 6 companies there. One is Kepler and one is Magister. Magister is dealing with online tutoring systems, and Kepler is providing online educational opportunities. I also saw Petlia, for example, non-profit organization with a mission of increasing computational literacy in Serbia, or Wikipedia Serbia, with a mission of promoting digital literacy skills. And during my secondment period, and also the other researchers' secondment periods, we found out these EdTech companies have several problems, of course, but they are not aware of that. These problems are mostly connected with the missing value of learning or teaching approach. So we try to now develop a framework for our secondment visits to these countries and our consulting period. For example, now we found out that we have 3 phases. First, we should discover what's going on in that company, what's their problem, and we try to find out the problems together with the company during our meetings. Then second, we are trying to gather data and analyze it, and after that we um, provide some or offer some solutions to that company based on their problem. So we have 5 phases from prepare, then assess, engage the company, develop some solutions, and follow-up processes. And this is an example from my secondment process, and I developed a basic solution for Magister, and I tried to improve their work with the help of flipped classroom approach, and I just prepared an EdTech brief for that company. Now they are applying this approach, and we will have follow-up meetings with that company soon, and they will show us how this helped to them. So, as I mentioned before, technological developments, we are facing a lot of technological developments nowadays, and we are trying to catch up these advancements in technology, but we are a little bit behind of it as educational researchers. But also these EdTech companies are behind of us. So they need us, we need them. And we are trying to develop good collaboration. So in that project, we also figure out that there is a usability problem. Yes, they have good ideas, but we should check out that if the solution fits very well to the learning and teaching problems of the teachers or students. So we developed a usability test platform, and we have 8 dimensions in that platform. For example, we are checking the navigation possibilities of the application, communication opportunities, design principles. Are they fitting the needs of the students or the target group? And the content, the validity and reliability of the content, and technical aspects of the apps, and user satisfaction and motivational aspects, and learning process. So these are the sub-themes, and these are all cost-free. within the project. If you have an EdTech company, if you want to check your usability, you can reach out us easily. And these are some pictures from short second process. As you can see, we are reaching out also maker spaces in these countries, and we are seeking for collaborations. And this is the best thing in the project right now. Tallinn University is leading that part. They established a project academy. If you are interested in collaboration with educational technology companies in European countries or all around the world, you can join these project academy sessions free, and you can learn how to write international projects to get funding, and you can create good collaboration, international collaborations within the project. So this is our team. We have a huge team and 6 universities, 3 EdTech companies, 3 EdTech organizations, and during our visitings, we have a lot of companies right now, and the network is widening. We will see, we are in the middle of the project now. We will have our 4th and then 5th secondment process. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out to us. So that's all.
Thank you, Dr. Phyllis. Yes, if you have a question, yes, please write in the chat box or in the comment on YouTube. And also, I think we still have time for the Q&A session for 1 question or 2. Yes. Right. Yes, we have the question from Philippines, Malaysia, and also Indonesia. Which one that do you think that will be fit with your interest? Probably the first.
Yeah.
Yes. What are the most effective ways to prepare Southeast Asian students for careers in EdTech and digital industry? Yes.
I think there is no one effective solution to prepare our students for their careers in EdTech. But EdTech area is promising a lot, because as we can experience as students first, and then teachers, and then educational researchers, we have several problems to solve. And now with the help of AI, we can personalize our teaching and learning process, but still we have a lot of way to go. So what is the best effective way? For my opinion, the creativity is the most important thing nowadays. Still, we have a lot of change in technological part, but for educational opportunities, we should create creative environments for our students to think more deeply or widely. So then they can find out their passion and their interest and their motivation, and I'm quite sure they will contribute to the society.
And another question, how can we encourage more women and underrepresented group in Southeast Asia to pursue careers in STEM and computer science?
And this is also a common problem for European countries.
I see.
For example, when I visited Serbia, I saw Kepler is also interested in inclusivity. So they are trying to reach out girls, mostly women teachers, for computer science education. So how we can encourage? I think the most important point is to create a community sense. So if we can promote the community sense for these kind of groups, and if they know they are not lonely, and they can be a part of these initiatives, then we can include these unrepresented groups and more women. But mostly the literature, the research also shows us, and the woman doesn't have confidence in this kind of area. So we should create a sense of community.
I see. Thank you, Dr. Phyllis. And yes, if you still have a question, please also send to the YouTube channel and also our chat box. And Dr. Phyllis is here still. Yes, she will answer and respond that directly to her email also. Yes. And let me move to another one, the speaker with me here from Finland, the Experience Workshop and STEPAM. Yes, Dr. Christoph Vesey, the senior researcher in STEAM Finnish Institution for the Educational Research from University of Jyväskylä from Finland. Dr. Christoph, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Dr. Oravan. Thanks for the warm welcome and greetings to Krichai Somsaman, our co-host, and also Dr. Lavica for bringing together this wonderful event today. And it's a very important occasion also personally for myself, just to share with you, because I've been involved with SEAMEO work since the pandemic. Since the pandemic time, I've been contacted by one certain center, the KITAP for mathematics in Yogyakarta in Indonesia, and actually many connections between this specific center as well, and also Johannes Kepler University, such as many other centers in SEAMEO, because many of the colleagues are doing PhD or contributing for PhD education in Johannes Kepler University. So that's also an important part that in connection with Johannes Kepler University, we have a lot of projects going on. And then these two sources, these two inspiration just come together in the recent years. And now in this event, I can feel that I can connect to both of these sources. And just to mention that what many things I can be thankful for SEAMEO network. So I've been connected to several universities in the SEAMEO countries, and also, as I mentioned, that in this critical time of the pandemic, I could have a very specific insight that how important work SEAMEO has been doing, because I myself could contribute to the training of almost 10,000 teachers during the pandemic period. So when we had no access, when we had no reach, no personal connection, that been very quickly recognized as an opportunity, as a forward-looking opportunity by SEAMEO network, and this opened the gateway for very efficient online training and then later hybrid trainings. So that was also a very important learning opportunity for myself, and also to connect to the speakers before. So creativity and innovation, I think this is also coming together in this kind of global cooperation, what is on showcase today. And of course, AI, no one can be disconnected from these new opportunities. And also, we must be very keen on that how teachers are making their first steps with their emerging technologies. I think this is a very critical moment for both researchers, for policymakers, for researchers to see that how many things is just happening in front of our eyes, and how this ethical AI is going to born, hopefully, and how we can also raise our awareness about ethical uses of AI, because it's never a tool is unethical or not in the first case, but the users are ethical or not. I think this is everything can be used unethical. And then when it comes to this question, I would like to invite you to a hybrid conference, which will also extend our partnerships to even to Hong Kong and mainland China and many other key players now in the AI scene. So we organized this big conference in Budapest, and this is going to be a hybrid conference. So you are welcome to join online as well. You can find already the registration details active and up, and you are welcome to join. And of course, we will combine these topics also with STEM and STEAM education, because I think this is another big moment when we are like opening our view and see that how these big streams of educational trends are coming together and what kind of new mega trends are born in our hands technically. But I think the question, after all, in addition to ethics and also in addition to raising awareness and contributing to developing skills and competencies, that how we can contribute to well-being after all, right? So what's the goal of education? As many of us now in this webinar, from all around the world, we can have a unique answer. But that why do we learn? You have your unique goal, and maybe it's not in overlaps with my goal, and so on. But after all, well-being has been a kind of a harboring concept and something where we can have some kind of agreement that well-being is a great goal for learning to join the society on a positive way and also fulfill our best abilities and fulfill ourselves as a member of society. So I think this is also a great moment to pay attention that not only performance, not only the high achievements, and not only the statistically measurable facts are to be searched for in education, but also the uncountable, the unmeasurable, our emotional and our social capacities are really important here. However, I would like to highlight that well-being is a natural scientific concept as well. So you can find it in ecology, for example. Well-being, it's a pure science here, pure natural science here as well. And then to give you a little insight of my first steps in the SEAMEO network, in this wonderful cultural context of Indonesia and Southeast Asia, that was also really eye-opening for me when I could first physically visit the SEAMEO network centers, and also I could meet with teachers and colleagues whom I worked together online for years. Some of you in the room now remember this Wahid Yunianto. For years we were working online, and then when we met in person, and then when we met with the teachers in person, that was so transformative experience. And then we could also really see the full-blown STEAM approaches, this really hands-on, this really community-based methods and problem solving and development of critical skills have been born. Also, a lot of local context, a lot of local cultural context being opened for us, because also I think it's a very important part of this story, that how these mega trends can also contribute to meaningful local stories. So these are not just some shiny concept beyond the clouds and really, out of reach. But when it comes really down to our everyday reality, and when we can see that our cultural heritage as well reborn in a new way, so that's another powerful moment, and I could experience it myself, and I'm really thankful for SEAMEO for this kind of many layers transformation and also this joint learning opportunities, because that also meant that all these colleagues were not only just sitting and working hard in Linz in their PhD, but they are contributing to this European Union project as well, and we can see also that how global cooperation is born under this kind of cooperations. So we had education development, yes, professional training, professional development, workshops, seminars, training programs, and also new materials, new methodologies that also we should recognize that STEM and STEAM are not like methods, but more like policies where we are housing a lot of methods, a lot of approaches, and how we can open these up for the in-service teachers and also pre-service teachers. That's a critical moment also in teacher training and teachers' professional development. And this is also lead me to the topic of what is experience workshop. So experience workshop been joining to these global efforts from Finland. And of course, everybody talks about the Finnish miracle. So I don't want to shatter this kind of idols. I don't want to disappoint you, but I rather the contrary. I need to tell you, Finnish miracle is not exist. It's not a miracle. It's a result of a very focused work and also a multi-layered work and also a concentration of resources. Because in Finland we say that there is no expensive education, but there is the lack of education can be extremely expensive. And I think this is also SEAMEO's leading thought, that how to bring together very highly acclaimed educational systems and also those partners who have a lot of to go together with these partners. So also Finland has a lot to learn nowadays, and we can see that this is very critical moment now to pay attention also the Finnish teachers connections. So it's not only the whole world need to come to Finland, but Finland needs to go to the whole world to learn from each other. So we started to talk about STEAM and do the STEAM actually already from 2008. You remember that this was more like a STEM era. So, but we were really pushing the A into this acronym, and also reminded that, of course, you can call it with any kind of acronyms, but the main emphasis should be on integration. The main emphasis should be to open the door that teachers of different subjects can work together. We are not against of subjects, obviously, because also this is a very important human achievement. Also in epistemology, we need to respect sciences and also scientific fields, but there is more beyond also the connections. And this is how research comes into the question, because every teacher is also needs to be education researcher at the same time. We can more and more recognize this. And this is something in Finland actually, which is very clear in the educational training, in the teacher training, that all teachers in Finland are trained as a master of arts in education research as well. We take it very seriously, because it's also the key for the professional development and peer learning, that we can innovate, we can explore new and new content. That's why we are also organizing training courses. So if you are curious about our current training courses, you can click on this link, and also you can see some of these most popular topics, and you can see that how on the one hand AI, but on the other hand social and emotional learning. So the high tech and the high touch is coming together now in this very moment. And also we are very keen on to have students traveling, so also children to have the global experience, and some planetary connections are coming, because we can also see that these global challenges actually cannot be solved only by politicians, and maybe don't let only politicians work on these global challenges, but let the students think about some bright futures, and also let them to have the exploration of that how global challenges are actually formed, that for example, climate change is a burning issue in many of the Southeast Asian countries, and you experience it in every day. However, in Finland, maybe a Finnish child not experience it every day, but contributing to the problem every day if you're not conscious enough. So this is I think the critical issue, to bring together these global actors here. Also to have job shadowing opportunities, that how teachers can learn teaching practices from each other. So very important. And let's not forget about culture, that when you visit Finland, you really need to enjoy Finnish nature, and also to have the sauna education very thoroughly and very seriously taken in Finland. And of course, there is a lot of tools, a lot of toolkits coming at help. Also, we heard fantastic digital platforms, and there are also fantastic hands-on tools. So you are welcome to check out of this, and we are open for cooperation. We are also open for cooperation with our University of Jyväskylä. This is in central Finland. This is the cradle of Finnish education. This was first Finnish-speaking university in the whole world, and this was started as a teacher education seminar. Early childhood learning, that was the first training program in our university 160 years ago. But now we have, of course, IT, cybersecurity, nanotechnology. We have a hadron collider in our campus, actually. So I think it's a very fancy thing that many of the hadron, the particle physicists come to train to our campus. And then at the same time, we kept education as the core of our portfolio. So teacher training is really in the midst, in the center of our activities. And when I come to this, also our Education Research Institute, the Finnish Institute for Education Research, is responsible not for the PISA results, but for the PISA data collection. So we collect the data from Finland, and also we collect many more OECD global surveys data from Finland. So that's our specific responsibility. And now we try to do a quite revolutionary thing. So we have all this data collected since like 6 decades. I mean, not that depends how this one global survey, but the centers exist 6 decades. And now we try to use deep learning, machine learning, different technologies to learn more from this incredible big data sets what we are handling. Because when you take a look to PISA, TIMSS, PIRSS, TALIS, whatever, these are very specific focused analytics, but the data what we collected to produce this analytics is much more richer. So now we want to get this richness out of this big data collected by us, and this is called Educa. This is one of the largest such project in whole Finland. It's 12 million euro funding at the moment. And our group is Innovative Learning Environments Group. It's a multidisciplinary team. Also, my colleague Josephine is here in the room, and you can see other colleagues also here. And then our current project, while we are actually here now physically in Linz, it's called STEPAM project, which is, as you can see, teacher training in physical activities and embodied learning. It's the coordinator is Kragujevac University from Jagodina. Or the other way around. Now I'm not sure, but I think both is true. So Jagodina and Kragujevac are the key campuses for this university, and obviously Johannes Kepler University and Jyväskylä University came together to combine the physical activities with STEM and STEAM. So because we also recognized, connected to the pandemic, that this inactivity, the separatedness, and also the decrease of physical activities are really critical. And now we try to combine these kind of approaches to have STEM and STEAM and maths learning on an active way. Because also I remember from my own math learning career at the very beginning that I was sitting in a desk and solving math equations without an end, but I never had the opportunity to stand up and play mathematics or embodied mathematics or do the mathematics. So this is what we try. And Alexander Ignatinovich, professor, is our coordinator. He's overseeing also the core idea and also the management of the project. We are developing handbooks, as you can see, maybe not as heavy as you can see on the picture, but you can even train with a book. You can see this will be a really training book in a literally sense. It will be located on an e-learning platform. Actually, many of the GeoGebra materials are already available, so this is going to be opened in a few moments, a few days. And then we have a training implementation that many teachers in all partner countries will be trained. However, our digital reach is meant to be around 10,000 reach. Maybe this conference will fulfill a large proportion of this outreach today. And as you can see, that we are combining digital materials with the hands-on exercises. And there is also a mobile app on the basis of this. It's called 355 Games. It's a very cool mobile app. There is also a YouTube channel up there. You can check it out. And there are also many studies. So one of the co-authors, Theodosia Promondru from Australia, is now physically here, and with Jukka Sinemäki and Fadlan Arbori from Indonesia and many others, we are contributed to Exer Games. This is like exercise-based, training-based learning in the schools. And that brings me to another project. It's called Joyful Schools, where we develop the whole well-being framework. So we want to see also this well-being conceptually approached. And you can see planetary well-being, socioeconomic, creative well-being, social well-being, psychological, physical well-being are all those well-being concepts which are the most used currently in the educational concepts in the educational context. And there is already a MOOC available, what you can check out in this link. But now I think I'm out of time. I could continue, as you can see, without an end. I'm really enthusiastic about these topics, but I'm really thankful for this opportunity. And if there is time for a question or so, I'm really happy to answer. However, I will put these links into the chat, so you are welcome to catch up later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Christoph. Yes, of course, 20 minutes is not enough. Yes, this is just introduction, right? Yes. And let me go to the Q&A session, please. And I think we have the question here. Yes. Wow. From the Philippines, Cambodia, and also Indonesia. Probably we can have like just maybe one question. Yeah, to respond.
Up to you. Please
Right.
select one for me.
Okay, yes. The first one, yes, how can hands-on interdisciplinary approach like the experience workshop and STEM be adapted to the Southeast Asia educational system?
Yes, thank you. This is very, very important question, because we don't really believe, that like the same size fits all kind of or download this package and all problems will be solved. But we really believe that we have a very strong and very thorough local work need to be done with all of these methods. So we are happy to be consultant and also to advise and also like a co-teacher or a shadow teacher in these processes, but we need to seek also for local solutions, also what's locally available. We don't think that only this toolkit is the one which you can use for a certain purpose. We are always very happy to explore the local resources, and we have, for example, another project. It's called Scrappies, where we learn that nothing can go waste in education or in a classroom, that how to recycle anything and turn it into an educational tool, an educational material. With this approach, we do fantastic makerspace in the Himalaya, cut off from everything. You need to walk 3 days to get to this school, but they have the best makerspace in the world, I tell you, because they use everything from the village and turn it into a school material, and also they develop their own school through the makerspace with this solution. So you can find these solutions, and then we try to spread this kind of solutions.
Right. Just go with another question. Yes. How can educators balance hands-on STEAM activities with digital learning in a way that maximize student engagement?
Yes. This is another key question, especially nowadays, when we can see also digital technologies are more and more immersive and more embodied, and more the physical dimension and digital dimension is not anymore two different realms, but these are coming together in mixed realities and also in various solutions. So we really believe in this kind of approaches, that how the embodied technology engagement can be also supported. And on the other hand, we still believe that basic phenomenon like our physical reality and the getting into touch with the nature and being in the nature and outdoors learning and touch the world. This is really super important, and it's never be more important any kind of technologies or any kind of digital platforms than the experience of the reality around us. So we would like to keep it as a baseline in this kind of approaches. We would like to teach this culture how to take a good care of our environment.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the last speaker. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, let me just bring your attention to the STEAM in the digital age, innovation in STEAM education and technology integration. And we are here in the end of the session. Please join me to welcome Dr. Grisachai Somsaman, the Center Director of SEAMEO STEM Ed, to deliver the closing remarks.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Rowan. And I would like to thank all the speakers today. We have heard a lot of insights, a lot of information that is very useful to us. And what is the best thing that I think it's being in this environment, that we have people from around the world sharing different aspects and sharing their insight. Would like to thank Dr. Branco, who is not here at this moment, for his knowledge and artificial intelligence in education. And he also mentioned about the bias in the data set, which we need to be aware of. Also, I'd like to thank Eva Maria for the Math Arena. I'm still thinking about the way that you don't want to use the word joy in your program, and that reminds me of the concept of flow by Professor Shikzumahai from the University of Chicago. Which, in learning, I'm thinking about the way that you need to be some stressful to a certain extent, and to be joyful to a certain extent as well, to be improving yourself. And that's the concept of flow come to my mind on that. And very interesting on that as well. And thank you, Dr. Phyllis, on your sharing about the ecosystem of the startup ecosystem. But this morning, I just talked with Eva Maria on the development of the ecosystem for startup companies. And one of the examples that we talk about is one from South Korea, which is nearer to the Southeast Asia. The concept of South Korea to help boost up the startup ecosystem is right now they convert all the textbooks from K-12 from the paper-based onto digital one, and utilize AI in that. But the way they do that, the government just set up the infrastructure, set up the system, and they encourage the development of EdTech company to build the content to put up in the textbook. So there are a lot of EdTech company booming up in South Korea to support the government in building the textbook. So that kind of ecosystem, the building of ecosystem is wonderful. The one that we look at it, and I also would like to look at your ecosystem as well. The way that you're sharing knowledge from different countries together. That's very interesting. And well, Christoph, thank you so much. Well, you're a lot of connection between our SEAMEO, especially my former professor is also from University, with Professor Khalil Lieutenant. 20 years ago, he was my professor on that, and the experiential workshop. That remind me of another professor of mine, Dr. David Kwok, experiential learning theory. And he is my former professor. So that's everything linked together very well, and the connection is good. I really like the concept of the well-being in education, because when you're talking about joy and how we can measure education, the success of education, and that's the one questions that link to my mind all the time. It's recently there was a research come out that saying that students that use artificial intelligence has lower performance in many subjects, like in mathematics and in real language as well. So, but the argument is coming out from the other side is that the transformative of education that's coming out by AI, that means you need to transform all the other concepts as well. The measurement of the successful of educations might not be the same way. The lower of the score that we measure the student that use AI, that doesn't mean that the student performance is lower. But perhaps our way of measuring the success of education might be different, because the students learn differently. They learn from AI, and they utilize the AI as one of the supportive supportive system, say that. So by measuring the way that remember the context might not be effective, right? So there should be something, there should be a transformative of education system. Even the measurement of the student might need to be revised or rethink about all those as well. So there's a lot of things, a lot of research that need to be conducted, a lot of experiment, a lot of the data-driven policy, evidence-based policy still to be studied as well. So it's very good to be in this environment, in this society, in this community, that we join together to exchange our idea, to learn more about what happened in the world, what are the current research, what are the new way of education that we need to be moved forward. I would like to thank Professor Salt from Johannes Kepler University for bringing all of us here. He is a very wonderful guy, the best professor in the world, like us as from AI. Okay. This couple of days that we are here at the university and in Linz, well, very helpful to us, make me rethink and got a lot of insight, and the way that we're seeing the new way of education, the way you educate students from all around the world. We have students from Indonesia, from Philippines, from all other parts. And like Professor Salt mentions, that he still have many scholarships available for the student from Southeast Asia to join his PhD program as well. So I would encourage everyone to see all the information that university provide, and all the opportunity to connect, not only for Johannes Kepler University, but also from other university in Finland and all other parts of the world. You can grow up and you can continue to extend your capability to the connection to all the society. With that, I would like to thank everyone, all the speaker, all the participants here in this room, and also all our participants from SEAMEO member countries who are around the world watching us from YouTube and Facebook channel. So thank you so much, and hope you have a good day, good night. It's getting late in some part of Southeast Asia countries. So thank you so much, and back to you, Dr. Orwan.
Thank you, Dr. Gusachai Somsaman, the director of SEAMEO STEM-Ed. And I would like to, yes, thank you again for the all speaker here and participant that join us. And yes, as usual, we would like to give you the QR code for the e-certificate and evaluation. Yes, please just scan the QR code and the e-certificate will be also generated automatically to your active email that we also set up our system, and you will get it within the 31st of the March of 2025. Yes, I will also share the link and the QR code into the YouTube and also the chat box here. SEAMEO STEM-Ed team will also accommodate you on this part. Just use your phone and scan the QR code right now. You will also probably receive the e-certificate already in your email. And yes, thank you so much. And please follow us from our YouTube channel or also Facebook for the upcoming event. And also our website is also available. All the material here and also the information from each speaker will be shared later in the Google Drive, and also together with the same Google Drive that we share the agenda to you. Thank you so much. And I would like to declare to close the webinar by the SEAMEO. Thank you.
It's time to open our eyes to a bright and promising future. We'll rise to the call of the times and create a stronger tomorrow. Let's start to make a difference, teaching everyone to learn through science, health and technology. We will share our expertise. By promoting knowledge and policies, we can build a better world. Let us take a stand for our visions of hope, making future plans for the people to grow in a life filled with happiness and clean. Here at SEAMEO, building the future is our legacy. We'll achieve our goals through partnership, creating opportunities. By working hand in hand, we can accomplish all our dreams. For a better quality of life is now within our reach. Let us take a stand for our visions of hope, making future plans for the people to grow in a life filled with happiness and
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The JKU song.
I've been singing this
Also.
song for 8 years.
You should stop recording.
Stop live.
Within a special workshop.
Because when we go that event, we always play.
Oh my God.
Better than We Are the World.
Yeah.
Even like.
It should be the opening in our office.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Thank you. Yes, if you still have the question for our speaker.
It's time to open our eyes to a bright and promising future. We'll rise to the call of the tide. stronger tomorrow. Let's start to make a difference, teaching everyone to learn. Through science, health, and technology, we will share our expertise. By promoting knowledge and policies, we can build a better world. Let us take a stand for our visions of hope, bringing future plans for the people to grow in a life filled with happiness and dream. Here at SEAMEO, building the future is our legacy. We'll achieve our goals through partnership, creating opportunities